There are far too many modified humans in this world for my taste.
Alright, so, Lost Planet review. I just beat it. I gotta say, it's a pretty cool game. I mean, it's not very often that, you know, a game keeps me interested to want to keep playing and playing and playing. Like, I want to beat it, And Lost Planet was one of those games where I kept playing it. I didn't want to stop. I beat it in 2 days. It doesn't take long. It takes like 8 hours. The first day I spent like, I think 5-6 hours straight. I mean, just playing. The next day I went ahead and finished it up, and I did some other parts I liked again. Like the snow mission, where you're fighting the worm in the snow, and that's kind of cool. I kind of like, it felt good defeating that thing. It takes a while, but it's kind of irritating too.
You crazy worm. You snow penis. I'm gonna get you. What are you trying to shoot at me, you snow penis?
They just keep coming. I don't know if they ever stop. Alright, so anyway, let's get down and let's see. We got graphics. Graphics are pretty darn good. You know, maybe they're not as good as Gears of War or something like that, but I mean, when is the next game going to be as good as Gears of War? I mean, how many games on regular Xbox look as good as Ninja Gaiden? Yeah. The graphics are very good, though. Like, you know, 8 or 9. The sound, pretty good. I mean, nothing like totally spectacular, but that voice acting is great. The sound effects are pretty good. Guns and all that, explosions, etc. The physics, nothing like totally stands out in my mind, but then again, physics really doesn't totally stand out in my mind unless the game really incorporates it, like Crackdown or Half-Life 2 or something like that. But the physics are there, you know. I mean, you got ragdoll physics and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Still, well, actually, I forgot to do the value first. Oh well, the value. I'd still recommend renting it to try the multiplayer first, because you might not like the multiplayer. But go ahead and rent it first. If you like the multiplayer, buy the game. Other than the short campaign, there's really not much this game has to offer as far as owning it. So, but if you like the multiplayer, definitely buy it. But to see if you like the multiplayer, why not rent it first? The story is pretty good. I don't want to give away the story, but basically, there's these big alien bugs, and they have this thermal energy inside, and human beings have learned how to use that thermal energy because the planet's got very cold, and so really to survive, you have to use this thermal energy that these bugs provide. And well, not bugs, alien bugs, but they're basically bugs. The thing is, they're fun to kill, so that's cool. A lot of different strategies and how they fight and stuff like that. So yeah, the story's pretty cool, you know. Saving the world type of deal. Anyway, I like the story. It's pretty fun. Gameplay. This game shines in gameplay. The gameplay is the best part about this game, and that's for me the most important part. You got to keep me entertained. You got to keep me having fun. And this game kept me entertained. This game kept me having fun. Like Gears of War kept me entertained, kept me having fun. Half-Life 2, Fear. These are games that kept me entertained and kept me having fun all the way through from beginning to end. And you do that by giving a lot of ways to fight with a lot of different enemies and the way they fight. So, you know, some of the enemies are kind of dumb. It's like some of the human beings are kind of lame. For the most part, the AI is pretty good, but sometimes you're just disappointed because I'll be like shooting somebody, and then the other guy is just right around the corner, and for some reason he don't hear it or something. It doesn't make any sense, but you know, a lot of games have that problem. But the bugs, the alien bugs, they're fun to fight because they have key points on them you have to hit, and these points are glowing, but sometimes they're not glowing, sometimes they're not apparent. Usually they're kind of like a yellowish color, then as you shoot them they turn more and more red and they explode, and then usually they die. But there's some bugs where you can't see it right away, and you have to shoot certain parts that look like armor or something, and that will reveal the vulnerable part. it's pretty cool. Some of them have like the connections of the arm. You have to shoot out that connection in the arm, and by doing that, you disable the arm falls off. Like one of the boss spider things you have to defeat that way. Actually, I really liked that one of the last bosses of the game was pretty fun to figure out. It was kind of interesting. It was almost like a little puzzle trying to figure out how to beat him. It's really neat. But some of these little bugs that come here and there, to learn how to defeat them quickly, and because you can just keep shooting them, and eventually they'll die. But you want to kind of conserve your ammo and stuff. So you don't have to conserve your ammo because you always pick up new guns. But there's certain guns that I like to use, and I want to conserve my ammo. And so if you learn how to attack the certain bugs and where to hit them, you can kill them really fast. And so just hit their vulnerable areas. And that makes it kind of fun because they protect their vulnerable areas, so you have to learn how to get around that protection. One of the neat things about this game is if you like Mech Warrior type games, Gundam or Armored Core, but basically if you like this one game, I forgot the name of it right now, but something started with a Z. I can't remember now, but you're this mech warrior, and it's a really fast game, and you're flying around and got all these different weapons. That game was awesome, and so some parts of this game remind me of that. Like at the end, you fight this mech warrior with his light swords, and you gotta hit the guy. It's pretty cool. But you get all kinds of cool mech warriors. Some are kind of slower, some are fast, some jump real high. They serve different purposes, and sometimes it helps you get past a level. But I mean, really, there are times where the level gets so hard that you're just like running for that damn mech warrior. Like, oh, I need that right now because there's so many enemies coming at you, bombs, and it keeps knocking you on the ground. And you get back up, and that's really annoying. So you're like, gotta get the mech warrior. So you run there, get the mech warrior, and you want that thing to last. You don't want it to die. So you're really, jumping around and doing all the stuff you need to do. One of my favorite when you first get the VS, I think it's called the VP VS. I can't remember what the name of this. It's his dad's mech. And it's a souped-up one. And the first time you get that mech, it's pretty fun. You have to fight this big monster called Green Eye. Anyway, it's neat. Fighting Green Eye was fun. You figure out how to kill him and stuff, and how to fly around this new thing that flies really fast. And yeah, it's cool. So, I definitely recommend renting this game. If you like action-packed shooters, you owe it to yourself to at least rent Lost Planet. And if you like the multiplayer, buy the game. So. Yep, it's a definite must-rent. There's not very many games that I say you have to rent this game, but this is one of those games where you have to rent. Like Gears of War, it's a game you have to try out. I'm not one of those people that say go out and just buy a game. Always rent a game first, because if you go out and just buy a game, you might get stuck with a game you really don't care about. But if you rent a game first, you know you like it, then buy it. Or at least play the demo, download the demo and play that. Like, I don't know if Oblivion has a demo, I don't think it does. But Oblivion, you probably will like, but just in case, you should rent it. And if you like it, that's a game you should buy. You don't want to beat that game by renting it because it takes too long. It's a really long game. That's a game you want to buy, explore every nook and cranny, and you want to spend all those, 40, 70 hours, or however long it takes to beat that game. I haven't beat that one yet. I had it on my PC. I was pretty far into it, but then it kept messing my PC up, so I never did finish it. But now that I got a 360, I think I'll be doing a 360 while I'm renting it. I'll plan on renting it instead of buying it, because I'm just running out of buyer. But I do buy some games. I own Rainbow Six Vegas, cool game by the way. Haven't beat it yet, but just taking my time since I own it. All right, so that's pretty much my time. I'm kind of rambling now, but yeah, get Lost Planet. It's a good game.